I am so happy right now. Playing shitty teams and winning good games. The A's did exactly what they were supposed to do, and they beat the teams that they were supposed to beat up on. 5-1 on the week, which is a great week. Every starting pitcher we sent out there had at least a good outing. It was just some solid outings back to back to back to back to back all throughout the week, which is exactly what they were supposed to do. Like I keep saying, these are bad teams. The Royals, at least, not a good team, and the A's did what they were supposed to do. Not only were they playing well in general, but they also had some luck on their side. The replay system, which up to this point had not been on their side for most of the year, and during this week, it was. But back to the pitching side of things. Like I said, for the most part, it was pretty good in this series. But one little thing is Jesus Luzardo, has given up at least 2 runs in each of his last 3 outings, and quite frankly, just has not looked solid at all this year, starting or coming out of the bullpen. And it's a little bit frustrating because he just can't seem to figure things out. He has great stuff, and the A's are in a win now mode. And, at what point do you start to think maybe he's interfering with that a little bit too much? On the flip side of things, we do need to talk about Elvis Andrus because he has completely turned things around from the start of the season. He's basically gone from being an automatic out to a dependable hitter, which is exactly what the A's were asking for. They knew they weren't going to get much when they traded him, but they were just asking for him to be reliable at shortstop and be, not dog shit at the plate. And he went from being dog shit at the plate to being a pretty reliable hitter. And in the past 30 games, he's really kind of reinvented himself, and people have kind of changed the way that they think about Elvis Andrus now. And it's great to see because, the A's were talking about Trevor Story and how are they going to trade for Trevor Story if, that's the route they wanted to go. And Elvis Andrus is kind of forcing their hand and saying, hey, I may be the answer. And in other similar news, Matt Chapman's bat seems to have reappeared in the season, or actually appeared for the first time this season. He hit a couple of home runs, and he has just looked better at the plate, just like Matt Olson has all season. And that's why you should vote him to the All-Star game.